Finally, the double deal that was really expected to be announced today has finally gone ahead to be announced today by the club of Manchester United, meaning that these players might be fully registered because we haven't gone ahead to see pending registration or approval by the F and the Premier League, meaning that they've finally gotten to obviously where they obviously want to be. Smash the like button, comment and share, and let's see close to 500 likes matching this video as we welcome Matthijs and Mazraoui to the club of Manchester United. A package of 70 million euros, right? Obviously 45 plus 15, that is guaranteed. That is 60 million euros for that package, and the 10 million euros are going to be add-ons for these players that have been featuring for Bayern Munich. Manchester United has gone onto their website and obviously confirmed this, and obviously everything has been really given a very good light. Short numbers have gone ahead to be given there for you. Thank you Adepare Opeyemi to Shabe into the mix. Thank you for obviously going into the mix, and you can as well become a member to this channel, or you can buy a super chat, right, for this channel to see to it that you obviously not miss out on stories and your chats being read out. You can as well continue to subscribe to this channel so as not to miss out on stories that we do upload in here on a daily. Who was the first to be announced? It was Matthijs Ligt, who was the first one to be announced, and Manchester United announced the signing of Matthijs Ligt on a 5-year contract into the mix, and that was the first announcement that Manchester United went ahead to make of Matthijs Ligt. And when it was made, obviously it was followed up with Matthijs Ligt coming in through and obviously telling us that as soon as I heard that Manchester United wanted me, I felt an excitement about the opportunity for a new challenge as such an historic club. In the conversation that followed, I was impressed by the vision that the football leadership set out and the role they saw for me in it. Now, Matthijs Ligt was really excited to come to Manchester United because you need to eat that the plan was really very vivid, because we have people that can now explain everything to these players. And I saw an article that I haven't gone ahead obviously bringing to you in here for Sir Jim Ratcliffe on why he believes that Erik ten Hag is really going to be performing very good this time around. He told us that Erik ten Hag was the man responsible for doing everything at the club of Manchester United. You know, he was the negotiator of the deals, he was the scout, he was the football director, and now all he has to do is to call a player and tell him, please, I need you, and this is how I want to play you into my system, you know. But the rest of the work will be done by the people at the club of Manchester United. Dave Bresfold, Dan Ashworth, Omar Beradha, Sir Jim Ratcliffe, Dan Ashworth, Christopher Vivell, and then there is another guy known as Jason Wilcox. So that is what United really has in as the richest spot that we've gone ahead to have, and that's why the player tells you that in the conversation that followed, I was impressed by the vision that the football club or leadership set up. Being 25 years of age and a team like Manchester United, historical as it is, giving you that green light to do the needful to come to Manchester United, you obviously have to get excited and obviously say, all right, this is the right move that I've always gone ahead to want to have at the club of Manchester United. So he was impressed and obviously excited by the vision of Manchester United. But what was really the most important bit of it all? It was this. He said, Erik ten Hag shaped the early stages of my career, so he knows how to get the best out of me, and I cannot wait to work with him again. I know what it takes to succeed at the highest level, and I'm determined to continue that record at this special club. So him and Erik ten Hag and Matthijs Ligt have been granted a second chance to work together. Remember, Ten Hag spotted him from the academy of Ajax, I think at the age of 17, 18. He brought him in and he was given the captaincy of that club, and they played in the Champions League semi-final, and he knows what Erik ten Hag wants. And now Erik ten Hag has a player that is really good at the club of Manchester United, and he knows him in and out. That is the beauty of really having this core of these players, because Ten Hag knows the best values, and what these players really need to obviously be working on to see to it that everything really moves onto the right direction as for the team of Manchester United, and that is Matthijs de Ligt for you. And Matthijs de Ligt has gone ahead to be given shirt number 4 at the club of Manchester United, you know. And shirt number 4 was recently put on by Phil Jones, and ever since he left, none of these people has gone ahead to obviously come up and obviously put in the required shift to obviously get donned into that shirt number 4. So when Rafael Varane was here, we thought that he was going to really get from shirt number 17 to obviously find himself playing into the shirt number known as 4, because that's his favorite. But finally, it has landed into the hands of Matthijs de Ligt, and Matthijs de Ligt is really excited to come in through to feature at the club of Manchester United. Then when we go to Dan Ashworth, obviously the sporting director for the club of Manchester United, he had the following to say: De Ligt is an outstanding defender and proven winner who will add quality, experience and leadership to our existing group of senior players. He has already enjoyed considerable success in his career, and we are convinced that his best years are still ahead. So obviously you cannot downplay the experience that this man has gone ahead to get at the age of 25, you know, from Ajax to Juventus, from Juventus to Bayern Munich. And I tell you what, he has been winning trophies at Bayern Munich, and recently he played into the semi-finals of the Champions League, where they got knocked out by Real Madrid, and you saw to it that that game where he played Real Madrid, where he played against Madrid, he put up the best of the best into the mix. And it is really important to note that he's really that kind of player that has a lot. You know, he's a fast defender. He's really a press-resistant defender. And if at all you needed Lisandro Martinez with the right foot, you obviously have him in a player known as Matthijs de Ligt, and he's really great. And I tell you, he has the right mentality to play at the club of Manchester United, and I just can't wait to see how Lenioro learns from these two players, that is Matthijs de Ligt and Lisandro Martinez, meaning that our pairing on the central defense for me is most likely gonna be Matthijs de Ligt and Lisandro Martinez. And for Lenioro, he'll obviously come in through and really kick in I think December. You know, 3 months out, you have to count September, October, November, and for him to be ready to play or kick a ball, I think it will be around December, right? That is the man known as what's his name? That is the man known as Matthijs de Ligt for you. So that's what you're getting into from Matthijs de Ligt, and hope you guys are really excited for this deal. And after Matthijs de Ligt was announced, guess what? Another announcement was made by the club of Manchester United, and it was really a good one. You get? It was really a good one, and guess what happened? It was Mazraoui. Mazraoui was announced as a player for Manchester United, and United took on their website and posted the following: that official. Manchester United is pleased to confirm that Mazraoui has joined the club subject to registration. All right, the Morocco international has signed a contract until June 2028 with the option to extend for a further year. Those are two players coming in through from Bayern Munich to come in through and obviously get the job done at the club of Manchester United. And if you know what they bring on the table, it's obviously very important for you to obviously get yourself into that league of knowing exactly what the world is bringing to them. And obviously, Mazraoui is really a very good player. Then Mazraoui, upon his being unveiled as a Manchester United player, he came out and told us that it's an incredible feeling to be a Manchester United player, and I cannot wait to walk out at Old Trafford wearing the red t-shirt or the red shirt. And you know that I'm joining the club at an exciting time. Everyone I've spoken to has the same ambition for us to win trophies together, and I can feel the determination. Obviously, when such players come in through, with winning mentalities, you obviously understand that they're obviously gonna be giving us the best. You understand? And for me, I'm just excited for him to come in through, because he says everyone he has spoken to is speaking the same language, and they're like, can we really get this out of the way and see it won into the mix? He added and said, Erik ten Hag played an important part in my development as a player, so it's exciting to be reuniting with him as I enter the prime years of my career. I know what he expects from his players, and I will give everything to help the group to be successful. That is Mazraoui for you. So these are players that he worked with at Ajax without different intervals. By the time Mazraoui came in through, I think Matthijs de Ligt had already left for Juventus, because this guy, I think at 19 years of age, he left that club and went ahead, obviously, do the needful. Or he was there because he once played with De Ligt at Netherlands, because he was there from 2017, 2018, 2019, 2018, 2019, and I think that's when this guy really left, 2019, 2020. So he has been there at the club of Ajax, and they signed him from the lower side of Ajax, meaning that they've played together at Ajax, and now they are reuniting at Manchester United after them reuniting at the side of Bayern Munich, where everything really moved on well, and they're like, let's obviously try it out with Manchester United, and it's really working out well for these people, and nothing is really going to stop them from obviously becoming the best of themselves at the club of Manchester United. So the excitement is really huge for these players at the club of Manchester United, and we the fans are really very, very excited to obviously get these players in. Now, what has Dean Ashworth said as the sporting director or football director for the club of Manchester United? He said, Mazraoui is a dynamic attacking fullback who can play on both the right and left side of the defense. His experience and versatility will make him an excellent addition to our squad. And this is where I was like, this is the guy we need, and we need to obviously coming through and really put in a required shift for the club of Manchester United, because you've just gone ahead to see me do a story of Luke Shaw getting injured, meaning that if you're really having two left backs who are always injured, what you have to do is simple. You have to continue watching at them and obviously getting a player or a right back who can play on both sides. He can play as a left back, he can play as a left back, he can play as a right back. And that's the beauty that we have into this guy known as Mazraoui. So that's why the sporting director or the director of football, that is Dan Ashworth, is saying that he's an attacking fullback who is really dynamic and play on the left back and right back of the pitch. So that is exactly what we've gone ahead to get in from the sporting director. And he has also gone ahead and added and said, having already won a number of trophies in his career, we know that Mazraoui's winning mentality will be a real asset to the group as we work together to deliver the success required of Manchester United. Now, you've gone ahead to see the mistakes that Manchester United has always gone ahead to make as a club, because when you look at how the player that has just gone to leave the club of Manchester United is Aaron Wan-Bissaka, he came in here for 60 million euros plus, you get? And now, we are having in Mazraoui, a right back that is 100% better than him, at only 20 million euros, meaning that what Manchester United is doing is really revolutionary at the club of Manchester United. A lot has to do with the best of the best in putting in the best way possible, you get? And I tell you, this is really a very huge movement that is going to obviously cause us lots of happiness in here at the club of Manchester United, and we cannot wait to see to it that these players obviously get in the best that they've gone ahead to get in as a side. So this is what Lisandro Martinez has gone ahead to say after linking up with some of the players that he was with at Ajax and seeing them at the side of Ajax. That is Lisandro Martinez. And let me obviously try to throw it on the screen and see what Lisandro Martinez had to say after these players obviously came in through at the side of, let me first get in the Ligt here. Matthijs de Ligt left Ajax after the season of 2018-2019, and Lisandro Martinez joined after this guy left. You get? So they never had a chance to play together, but these two were really exciting and they're really great players in there for you. So Lisandro Martinez has come out and really said the following to Mazraoui and Matthijs de Ligt. I'm so excited about Matthijs de Ligt, about Mazraoui. We are here to help. We are here to help them, and they're really good players. That's why Manchester United brought them in. So these players are really extraordinary. I tell you, they are not the usual kind of players that you're obviously gonna come into and learn to and feel that they are not really good. I've gonna hate to see people criticizing the coming in through of Matthijs de Ligt, but I tell you, no defender at the age of 18-19 costs 80 million euros when he's not good enough. You understand? No defender, no defender comes in through and costs that much when he's not good. You understand? You have to be good to cost that huge amount of money. That's what people are really missing out as a point onto this. You must be good. You must be that good to cost that huge amount of money, like what this guy has gonna hit obviously cost. I'm talking about Matthijs de Ligt. He was bought for 80 plus million euros from the side of Ajax to Manchester United, Then, after that, from Juventus to Bayern Munich, 70 million euros plus was the amount of money that was paid to see him play for the side of Bayern Munich. So, the boy is good. He's that good. And I tell you, it was not Erik ten Hag who recommended him to come in through and really play part into the side of Manchester United signing, It was the scouting team that brought him a list, and surprisingly, Ten Hag saw Matthijs de Ligt on the list and told them, please, he's a very quality player. I worked with him at Ajax, and he has gonna hit to prove to us that he's really good, and he's never really gonna down tools. And please, immediately get him in, and after getting him in, the rest will obviously be history into the making. And there are even other stories that are going to obviously come up and really say Erik ten Hag is building an Ajax and a Dutch empire, the club of Manchester United, but no player comes at Manchester United under Erik ten Hag when he's Dutch or when he formerly played him or coached or managed him at Ajax, when he's not worth it and is not good. For example, Onana, good. Mazraoui, good. Matthijs de Ligt, good. Lisandro Martinez, good. Anthony, good. Those are 5 players that we are playing at Ajax. You get? And 2 other Dutch players. That is Malacia and Zexi at the club of Manchester United. So for me, I'm looking at that club and we are really getting in a bond at Ajax, and those players know exactly what Erik ten Hag needed. And for everyone who was like, Ten Hag is really going to be sacked, he's not going to be having a beautiful season, I tell you what, the quality of players he is going to have to bring in at Manchester United, if they really mix up with the likes of Kobe Mainoo, Garnacho, Amad Diallo, Rasmus Højlund, Marcus Rashford, I tell you, this manager is safe because he has going to have to build himself a bond of players that are really going to be fighting for him. They're going to be his soldiers, and they'll be like, we can't let this happen. And we look at the starting 11 of Manchester United, it's now going to be filled with players that really believe in the manager. Onana in goal, right back Dalot, left back Mazraoui, central defense Matthijs de Ligt and Lisandro Martinez, Kobe Mainoo, Casemiro, Amad Diallo, Rashford, and Rasmus Højlund. When you look at all those players, they've gonna hit obviously meet the best of their talents and performances at Manchester United under the manager known as Erik ten Hag. Look at Dalot. He's like an Erik ten Hag signing. You get everything he has gonna hit to achieve and obviously be one of the best right backs in the league has been courtesy of this man, that is Erik ten Hag. The other guy that we are gonna be talking about is Kobe Mainoo. It's Erik ten Hag that gets him into what we call the mix and brought him into the first team of Manchester United. Amad Diallo, he has been there under Ole Gunnar Solskjaer, Ralf Rangnick, and it's Erik ten Hag who has gotten him into the team. Garnacho, Erik ten Hag promoted him into the first team. Rasmus Højlund, he is an Erik ten Hag signing. Casemiro, Erik ten Hag signing. And slowly by slowly, we are phasing out players that haven't gone ahead to be signed by Erik ten Hag. And we are really filling this club with players that have been signed by the manager. To me, that is the hugest positive that I've gone ahead obviously understand. And I tell you, no manager builds up a squad like that and really gets disappointed or gets to see his players disappointing him. I don't really see the players of Manchester United disappointing Erik ten Hag, and I believe Erik ten Hag's job is 100% safe. So we wait and see whether they'll feature in the game of Manchester United versus Fulham over the weekend, but that is really exciting and interesting. Let's see close to 100 likes watching this video, 110 people watching in through, and only 26 have gone ahead to smash the like button. Smash it like never before. Now, to Sabe Levy, hello RD, good evening. I'm super excited to see United progressing in this transfer market. All right, thank you for obviously doing that. Then at the Adepare Opeyemi, Ligt has been given shirt number 4. Yeah, Ligt has been given shirt number 4, and Mazraoui has been given shirt number 3. You get? Those are the shirt numbers for these players of Manchester United, and just get well conversant to them. Mazraoui, shirt number 3, and Ligt has been given shirt number 4. That is Erik ten Hag, Mazraoui, and Dan Ashworth, as they obviously sat at Carrington after Mazraoui had gone ahead obviously put pen to paper onto his contract. That is Matthijs de Ligt putting pen to paper onto his contract. Then that is Dan Ashworth with Erik ten Hag and Matthijs de Ligt having gone ahead obviously signed for the club of Manchester United. And that is Dan Ashworth, the director of football for the club of Manchester United, obviously with Erik ten Hag rubbing shoulders with the double signing from Bayern Munich, and what an activity that these two have gone ahead obviously do. And I think it has gone ahead obviously give us the best vibes of the night. And I think you guys are really excited, and it is really gonna be one of those moments that will never really be forgotten. That ever since Alex Ferguson left, I tell you, this is the best moment. For Mazraoui, he has gone to be given shirt number 3, and the notables, I remember that put it on, I think that was Phil Neville, right? Patrice Evra, and who else? Eric Bailey, right? So that is the guy known as Mazraoui for us. Then we go to Tushabe Levy. I hope we also bring in Ugarte. United is really working with the deal of Ugarte, and they are really wanting to see this deal happening very soon. Happy says congratulations to United fans. All right. Then Arisa, Man United has done us great this summer transfer window. Yeah, they've really gone ahead to do us great. We are having David Zimola. Will those two players play the next game? That's why they've gone ahead to see to it that the deals have gone ahead to be announced today, and they're pending registration. And registration is going to end on Thursday, midday, meaning that we still have Wednesday and Thursday, close to 2 days for registration, and I think that is going to be done and dusted. You understand? Then Francis Sega, good evening, David. What a kind of season we are going to have. Francis Sega from Zambia. Yeah, let's wait and see whether this squad really clicks up. David Ismail Sancho, is he leaving soon or not? We wait to see what is going to happen, but looks like PSG is showing huge interest in Jadon Sancho, and they want to obviously sign him. Nas says, hey David, hey Nas. Then Henry Chinedu, nice one. Man United will need more 3 players. I think 2 more will obviously be coming. That is it. 2 more will obviously be having. Kamuhanda Jonani, but we still need midfielders issue. Yeah. The missing piece in the jigsaw of Erik ten Hag now are the 2 midfielders that I believe we are supposed to bring in through. Because if you get in Ugarte and you move on Scott McTominay, then you have to bring in Amrabat, But the list has Ugarte, Amrabat, and Sander Barge. So 2 of those are going to be players of Manchester United by the end of this summer transfer window. David Zimula, but now I see United can take the Premier League. It's still too early. I think the best word to say or to really put is they can now compete. I think competing is the best word, right? Let's not say that they can really win the league, but we can compete, right? And favorably into that. And for the trophy, I don't really rule you out, because when you look at the injuries and how they ruined our season, you can't come out and really say that we wouldn't have gone ahead, obviously, be into that trophy winning bracket, because we had 60 points and the person who won it had 31 points more than Manchester United. You get? So 32 points more than Manchester United. So I believe in you that all will come to pass and see us winning a trophy if all goes well. That if we can add more 30 points on the points that we won last season, I think we can be in the title race. For example, we lost to Brighton at Old Trafford. We lost to Fulham, I think, at Old Trafford. We lost to Bournemouth. We lost to Arsenal. We lost to Man City. Which other games did we lose? We lost like 4 or 5 games at Old Trafford. You get? And at Old Trafford, drawing with teams like Bournemouth, losing to Chelsea when we were in the lead, drawing with Brentford away. We lost very many points. And I tell you, if we happen to obviously put everything together, United can be in the title competing bracket, right? Anthony is not good already. Yeah, for me, he's not good. He's not good, and we should move him on. But the problem is the salary that United gave him, £200,000 a week. That's a lot of money. Football icon Amrabat won that shirt number for He won it last season, and now it has been passed from him to Matthijs. Thank you for the reminder, Football Nation. Happy Chris. Hey, RD. I saw a lot of criticism on Ligt, and it was on Ligt because I'm optimistic he will prove them wrong. Yeah, I've told you that this guy, Matthijs de Ligt, is he's Alessandro Martinez with the left foot. And that's what I tell you. He's Alessandro Martinez with a right foot, and that's what he brings on the table. And I tell you what, I love the quality in the player, and I believe he's really going to be doing the needful for the club of Manchester United. And I know he's really going to shoot the mouths of all those players believing that he's not the right guy for the club, right? Then I'm having Henry J. Uganda. We are progressing. I see I'm smelling the victory already. Wallahi, all right here. I'm smelling victory. You're right. You have every right to obviously smell the victory, because we are not far off from obviously smelling it and obviously hitting it on its top. Then Lawal, good evening, brother. Talk about Amrabat. Amrabat is among the 3 midfielders that Manchester United is considering to obviously sign on to. Sander Berge, Amrabat, and Ugarte. That's the list, but Ugarte is the priority signing that United are really looking at to sign. And I tell you what, if all goes well as to plan, it won't really take long to see these deals really coming to pass into the mix. Then Francis Sega, it is an ambitious season at Old Trafford. No home lose this season. Yeah, I really want us not to lose a game at Old Trafford, because if you're going to be competing for the top 4 and for the trophy, because those are the standards that United set, you have to obviously win. You have to obviously win every game at home and don't lose. We are going to be playing 19 games at home. Win like, let's win like 16 or 15, and obviously draw 3. Those will be 48 points into our pockets. Now, take off the game of Arsenal, Liverpool, because anything can happen away, Man City, and Chelsea. Take off those 4, meaning that we'll be left with 15 games. Out of the 15 games you're playing away from home, win 10, those are 30 points. Add them to the already existing 45, the already existing 48. Those are 78. And now add on like 4 draws, we are like in 80 points plus. If at all you manage to obviously gather close to 8 points, I tell you, you'll be good enough to be into the title winning bracket. That is really great. Oburu Emmanuel, Ugarte next. Thanks, brother. Yeah, United is really in the talks of Ugarte, and they want this deal to be done and dusted without further ado. You understand? Then Neighbor George, good news. All right, thank you. Then Alfred Sendwe, do you think Sancho is a bad player? He's not a bad player, but I think there is bad blood between him and Erik ten Hag, and I doubt that Erik ten Hag is really going to be getting him ample playing time at the club of Manchester United. You get? That's why he's in conversation to the side of PSG. United want 60 million euros, and PSG are like, all right, we cannot really afford that amount of money, and the negotiations are really on. So he's not a bad player, he's talented, but I think his career at United is really done and dusted. Adegobo Lekan, well done job. Sorry, well done. And then Adebayo, Aradi, what about Rabiot? I think there is no way going to be getting in Rabiot at the club of Manchester United. David Zimla, what will be the replacement of Sancho? Who will be the replacement? We don't need the replacement of Sancho, because we are having very many players that play onto those sides. When you look at the right wing, Garnacho can play there, and to show you that he can really play there and really give you positive results, look at the goal United score against the side of Man City. You know, he's off the left, cuts inside, uses his left foot into the left bottom corner. You get? Amad Diallo can play there, and to mean that we're having 3 players that can play into that position. On the left, we are having Garnacho and Marcus Rashford. So there is no need to obviously keep him if at all there is a club that is offering United the amount of money that they believe it is. Smash the like button, guys. 100 people watching it through, and only 33 have gone here to smash the like button. Then Amrabat is very good. We need him back. We'll wait and see what decision is going to be made, because he's cheaper. By the way, he's a cheaper option than Sander Berge. Then Alfred Sendwe, we can include Sancho in the swap deal with Ugarte. PSG doesn't want that. PSG want these deals to be dealt with differently. That's why the agent of Ugarte has gone here to fly into Manchester, and they're really holding negotiations. And I've gone here to see Fabrizio Romano retweet that post that this guy is in Manchester or in London or UK to see to it that the deal of Manuel Ugarte really gets done and dusted. Saka says, hello already. After this signing, we are now in a good shape and we can compete for the title. We need to reinforce that midfield, mate. The midfield is really not as strong as we want it to be. We need to reinforce it, because I don't trust Casemiro. You know, he's a very good player, but I don't trust him right now that he can obviously deliver the best that we want as a side of Manchester United. Henry J. Uganda, will they sign a CDM really in this remaining period? Yeah. Ugarte is really great. For me right now, even if we are left with just 7 hours, we can get a deal done, because these people at Manchester United are really very competent and they know what to do, and they can negotiate a deal and get it done and dusted. You understand? So that is it for the club of Manchester United, and I tell you what, all will move on to the right direction as planned. Then Israel says, don't say don't lose. We don't want to lose. We want win all the games. Yeah, United. Sorry, not United. Erik ten Hag he's saying that we are here to win every game, and that's the level at which Manchester United is at. And I tell you, no one is going to stop Manchester United from really achieving all that, because this club of Manchester United is really one of the best that you'll ever want to come up and obviously put yourself into the mix. And for Manchester United, we are not afraid as a club. We are not afraid to obviously stop anything from obviously coming in through at the club of Manchester United. And all I want is to win all games at Old Trafford if possible. Then if we lose games away from home, then that won't be bad. You get? So I'm here to obviously confirm to you that a lot is really happening into the mix, and nothing is really gonna stop us from really achieving the best that we deserve into the mix as a side of Manchester United. So we are having Musafiri Israel, all right. Then take Port Malawi. Thank you for everyone who is watching in from Southern Africa. Was it a good decision to let Aaron Wan-Bissaka go? Yeah, because letting Aaron Wan-Bissaka go has gone ahead to get us a Mazraoui and a Matthijs de Ligt. You know, the money that we've gotten from West Ham has been topped up, and that's why you've gone ahead to go in for these stories. You understand? So guys, thank you very much for watching through. It's really something important to note that Manchester United has gone ahead to bring in 2 players, and that is Matthijs de Ligt and Mazraoui, and they're really doing great. What a recruitment for the club of Manchester United. And as someone said in the live chat, that is really going to be a very good ambience at the club of Manchester United, immaculate signings that will take us further and further and further and further. We are having Francis Nsega. After this recruitment, we still need one McEwan number 9 top man. No way, no way, no way. We have enough. In Rasmus Højlund and Zexi, we have enough. Everyone who tells you that a team needs an experienced striker, ask him. Man City has been having Haaland, 23, 24 years of age, and Julian Alvarez, 23, 24 years of age. You know, experience doesn't matter. Look at how Kobe Mainoo is really bossing the game. And you're talking about a number 9. Do you know what this boy is going to turn into? He might really surprise everyone and break into the first team of Manchester United. I'm talking about Chido Obi Martins. You understand? So don't really be surprised that we are really going to see Zexi getting in 20 goals a season and Rasmus Højlund getting in 20, because last season Zexi went ahead to obviously go ahead and obviously get in the best that we deserve as a club of Manchester United. You know, Zexi will get in 20, I tell you. And Rasmus Højlund will also get in 20. Remember, he really took long to score goals, but I believe his fellow players know his runs and he's really going to be doing the needful. For Zexi, he is this kind of player that he feeds on the link-up play. You know, he's going to be getting in assists. And a player who really plays like Zexi, it's very easy for him to score a goal because he can even create a goal for himself. And secondly, he can find himself in spaces where balls are being fed to him very well. Musikoma, we are going to see another Ferguson coaching team in Manchester United. Yeah, that's how you build up a team. And for everyone who was like, Ten Hag out, you have to obviously wait and see what the team of Manchester United is going to be turning into after this whole movie. Then Happy Chris Aradi, what is the salary structure of our new signings? For Matthijs de Ligt, he's in between £160,000 to £200,000 a week. Then for Mazraoui, a deal is between £100,000 a week to £120,000 a week. To me, it's not bad because Matthijs de Ligt has been earning £250,000 a week, and people were like, we cannot get him in because he's really on a high wage bill. I tell you, any player will want to come to Manchester United because if you're Matthijs de Ligt, you'll need to play with Erik ten Hag, who knows you better, to experience the best of the best that you really got at Ajax. Then Fred Kabaya, now we need Ugarte, all right? Ugarte is coming in next, and I tell you what, we might be here, and here we go might be pronounced either tonight or before the end of this week, you know? And before we play Fulham, there is going to be a very huge movement for Manchester United in as far as signing a centre forward, in signing a midfielder is really concerned. We'll either be let known that we are moving or walking away from Ugarte and we are looking in for another midfielder, or else would have gone ahead obviously get to know that George Mendes' trip to UK to speak with Manchester United and the Manuel Ugarte deal would have gone ahead to serve us better and better results. So for everyone that has been part of the video, thank you very much. We've come to the start of the end of the video, and I tell you what, and I'm gonna be coming back, you know. Should I record or I come live? You know, in the next 2 hours, I'm gonna be coming back talking to you. Tell me the best 11 of Manchester United. When all players are fit, if all players are fit, Onana in goal, right back Dalot in a system of 4-2-3-1, Luke Shaw left back, then Lisandro Martinez, Matthijs de Ligt in the central defense, Casemiro and Kobe Main in the double pivot, Bruno Fernandes, central attack midfielder Amad Diallo on the right wing, Rashford on the left wing, and Rasmus Højlund leading the line. That is, for me, the best starting 11 for the club of Manchester United. And if at all we can really have that team fit throughout the season, like 90% fit for the season, we can obviously get in the best of the best into the mix. Then, already happy for United. Yeah, that is Ocho Moili. So guys, I'm out. See you later. And we are going to be coming back to obviously talk to you. I told you today we are doing 5, and this is the 4th video, and more are coming. Bye-bye.